Okay, so it was September 17 of 2020 that Nvidia pulled out their new 30 series GPUs from that oven, the ones that were built on the new Ampere architecture, and they shocked everyone with their absolutely mind-blowing performance and price. But still, gamers were more than happy to sell their families to get the shiny new cards, and then the scalper bots got all the cards, then they were being sold for 2 to 3 times the original cost, and then Nvidia said they were facing supply issues, then they were delayed in delivery, and further delay in releasing later cards, and so on. Well, we all know how that went, remember? But that's all in the past now. It's 2021 and much awaited 30 series GPU powered laptops are underway. Exciting, right? Exciting, but also confusing.
Tech.
Okay, so when a new GPU is released, it's a full-fledged desktop card. That means it can be used in desktops. They are usually big, bulky, and could consume so much electricity in one gaming session of RTX Minecraft that could otherwise last a middle-class neighborhood full 2 months. And since they can be absolutely chonky, they usually accommodate very good cooling solutions. Because of this headroom of creativity that just there being no form factor restriction provides, there's a pattern to how better performance is promised every year with the release of newer models. The most obvious change, if you look at the difference between the 20 series Turing architecture cards and 30 series Ampere architecture cards, is the TDP buff, which went up from 250 watts to 350 watts between the last year's 2080 and this year's 3080. So the first point is they ramp up power consumption to gain more performance and just find a way to cool it better to deal with the heat emitted by this TDP buff. By no extent is it as simple as I just made it sound, but this part is still very relevant to why I am saying the new 30 series laptop GPUs are very confusing. Check this out. In 2016, 10 series cards were released. 1060 costed say about $200 and performed okay. 1070 costed $400 and performed better than 1060. 1080 costed say $600 and performed even better than the 1070. So you see a pattern there, right? The naming schemes are there to convey the level of performance each card provides. In 20 series GPUs, it was the same. It's still kind of same for the 30 series desktop GPUs, but not for the 30 series laptop GPUs. See, the point I made regarding the TDP increase and heat management seems to work well for desktop GPUs, but seems like this strategy fails this year with the 30 series laptop GPUs because of physics. Managing the massive amount of heat is harder in laptops because laptop bodies are at least expected to remain relatively similar in size to last year's, if not be shrunk in size, as that's where laptops should be heading towards, that is more portability. Since there's only so big they can make the laptops before they become an instant turn off, manufacturers of CPUs and GPUs have two main restrictions. One is size, in which they have to pack all the magic, whatever it might be, still in a laptop body. The other one is total power intake, where you have to make it such that the power brick of the laptop can support its internals before it catches on fire. The other very important point is the variable TDP, which lets manufacturers decide the power cap on the GPU depending upon their convenience. It's a good practice, right? So what's the problem? Well, the problem is that the quote-unquote saturation of how size and power restrictions limit the potential performance of laptop GPUs has arguably almost reached with the 20 series itself. So now, even though these new cards, the 30 series, may be 100% more capable than the last year's cards or their lower tier cards, it cannot be true every time with every brand and with every different lap, because now the naming of the card is alone not enough to convey its expected performance. Now we individually have to look at each laptop model and each variant to judge the performance and not rely on the naming, which makes it very confusing. Now the TDP ranges are set by the manufacturer, and the envelope being so small for the highest performance and all the classes of 30 series being in or very close to this said envelope means that it's hard to discern which laptop is objectively better than the other one just by looking at its spec. It's like saying if you see a laptop on sale with a laptop 3080 GPU inside, there's another laptop with the RTX 3070 inside, it does not mean that 3080 laptop will always be better than the 3070 laptop or the 3060 laptop. laptop. So the variable TDP, it makes it so that the individual implementation of these GPUs in every different laptop will be the thing that dictates how these laptops perform in games and other graphically intensive tasks, and not just the name. Bottom line for most people is that when you are out to buy a new laptop this year, the ones with the 30 series GPUs, don't just believe in the spec sheet, check for the reviews of that exact particular model and individual review articles before making a conscious decision.